Hello, and welcome to part 13.5 of my Undertale / Deltarune Fangame tutorial series. This video will just be some quick adjustments to the last vid to further optimize it and make it more Undertale accurate. This Wednesday I will resume streaming, making the dialogue system all week until it's finished. I plan to have part 14 out by the 28th and part 10.neo, that being the naming scheme for the redone parts, out by the 31st. Now let's get started! Alright, and before we get started, something quick to note is you want to go to your file preferences, and just going forward in the series, personally for me, I'm going to be enabling something called Code Editor 2, just because it makes like the text bigger and it's easier to read for some people. And if you want to enable it, you can just click check, go to the theme if you want to adjust stuff like font size. I'm going to have it at 12. At the default font, and you can edit all the colors and whatever as you please. But yeah, and so basically what that's going to look like is this, where you just have your different events. They're all laid out in one continuous line, and you can see there's a little side navigation bar thing here, and here this little thing lets you navigate all the different it might be at the top by default, whoops, and I put it at the bottom here, and you can adjust it by clicking the little like icon. I think by default it's at the top, but I like to have it at the side by just clicking that, and this lets you navigate the different to the different events in your thing. It shows you all like the different variables you have, and it lets you quick navigate to all the different things with code in your game. But for me, I'm just going to probably mainly be using the default thing here, and you can also like collapse this too if you want, just to have some more room. I think I'll just leave it here, but yeah. Anyway, so before we get started, let me quick explain what we're going to do. So if I bring up this little diagram I made here, I was kind of too lazy to check this last time, and it's kind of a pain to code everything that we're going to do in this episode, which is why I didn't do it last time. But just as you can see, this is kind of like how in Undertale, how to be Undertale accurate, this is how you navigate the menu. So you can see, you can probably just figure this out reading it. Like obviously you can go from A to B to C, right, like that. But you can't go left on A, can't go, and then on Z here, it takes you to A takes you to Z, can't go right on Z. Backspace going up takes you to X, but you can go down to backspace on any three of these letters. You can't go, I said that. Yeah, and you can go left and right here, and then from quit you can go back down up to A, and yeah, pretty self-explanatory. But first I'm just gonna like recode how we are drawing the different letters, just to make it like a lot more efficient, because as you can see here, this is a lot of lines of code just for like all of what we're actually doing. So in order to fix that and just do it the new way, what we're going to do is first we're going to comment out all of this stuff here. We can just insert a little asterisk here, and then down here we'll do asterisk and slash to stop the comment. And yeah, so let's just go here, and we're just gonna have two for loops. We're gonna have for, and then we'll say variable, and then we'll call it r for row equals 0, and then r is less than 4, semicolon, and then r plus plus. Yep. All right, and then we can have our braces there, and then we can have our second for loop, and this one will be our columns. And so in this, just var c for column equals 0. C is less than 7 because there's 7 rows, and we're starting at 0, so 0 through 6 is going to be less than 7, and C++, right? And then we can create some space here. All right, and what we're gonna do, just to make things a little easier for ourselves, we're gonna be copying and pasting some code, and this code uses I, and so we can like just create the same value that we would have for I otherwise by just saying var I equals, and then in our parentheses here we're going to say it's equal to r times 7 plus c. Okay, yeah, and then down here, first we're actually going to need to make some custom code to highlight z when we're over z, because for some reason it doesn't like to be highlighted and it gives you an error. I don't know exactly why, but I know the solution works. So yeah, let's just say highlight z, and what we're going to say is if I is greater than 25, then we are going to just say I equals 25, and then we're going to have an if statement here. If row is 3 and column is 4, we are going to draw underscores. Actually, yeah, we can copy the code from down here. Just draw set color and the selected stuff here. Indent this up like so. Okay, instead of it being I, we'll just say 25. Okay, and so then down here after this, we're going to set color and select letter, so we can just copy this here and paste, and then just make sure to indent all your lines here and delete wherever it has the weird spacing or whatever. It's a little annoying that you have to do that, but not terrible. So instead of being row and I or whatever, so we're gonna just change this to R. If row equals R and column equals C, you can get rid of all of this like that, and that should handle it for us. Then we're gonna do our draw text down here. Oops, alright, and I'm gonna fix this weird indentation here. Alright, so yeah, so this part is a little weird. It's a lot of math, which is why I kind of didn't want to do it in the past, but yeah, so it's not super terrible. So instead of 120, we're gonna have our parentheses here, and inside the parentheses we're gonna say 97 times, and then we need more parentheses, and in those we're gonna say 2.31 times r plus 1, which I don't feel like explaining that math. It's a lot of weird stuff. Anyway, so then we're gonna say I plus 32 instead of 40. Okay, so I mean, so yeah, basically this is gonna be making it so all the lines are lined up. This is gonna be the spacing between the letters, and obviously, yeah, this is gonna be shaking it. And instead of it just doing center y minus 60, we're gonna do center y minus 60 plus, and then we need our parentheses. I'm gonna say r times 14. Yeah, and this is just gonna space it out in the y direction. And yes, everything else is good here. And just one final bit, we need our reset color here, and make sure to indent it, right? Okay, and so now we can actually just go ahead and delete all of this commented out text. We don't need it anymore. And look at that, we've greatly condensed our previous like 8 for loops into 2. So yeah, that's nice. So now if we run that, or I guess 4 for loops into 2, I mean, but it's oh wait, I forgot to delete my save. Whoopsie. So if you reset, start game, and you can see it's spaced a lot better like it is in Undertale, and yeah, it works perfectly good, and it's a lot more condensed in the code. And yeah, so now in our lowercase, we're gonna do the same thing where we comment everything out here. So let's go ahead and do that, like so. All right, and the reason that like just putting it in between here works is because just doing slash and that again, in case you forgot, does a multi-line comment. So if you just do that, it comments it all out. It doesn't work if you put it here, only if it's after the first slash. Yes, so now we want some more space. Yeah, honestly, we can just copy and paste this whole thing and then just make adjustments as needed. And I guess just to add an extra note, we can just say loop through each row, which will be R, right? And here is we're looping through each column, which is C. Okay, and we can put the same stuff here, just so we don't forget what each for loop is doing. All right, and so all we're gonna change here is 3 to 7, since Z is gonna mean the 7th row in the lowercase stuff. All right, and then here we're just gonna do R plus 4, so that we're actually highlighting the stuff in the 4th row. Not the 4th row, but in the lowercase section. All right, and all we need to do to lower all this text is just subtract the low offset like that, and then we should be golden. Yeah, look at that. Except we do need to change all instances of it being the uppercase alphabet that we're looking at. We want to change it to the lowercase alphabet, like that. Okay, and now we should be good. There, look at that. Perfect. Now, honestly, you could stop here if you want, if you just want to be more efficient, but if you do want to be more accurate to Undertale's code, oh yeah, first you want to delete all this stuff we don't need anymore. Yeah. But yeah, if you do want to be more accurate to Undertale's code, not code, but just like how the menu functions, we are going to go to our step event. And I'm not really going to go through and explain how each and every single like thing works, because it's just like a lot of like if we are like, you know, in our like row here, right, this row, and we're in one of like these two letters, then we're gonna go to quit, right? But if we're in quit, we're just gonna go to V. It's a lot of that, because there's not, at least to my knowledge, a better way to really program all of that. So I'm just gonna have that for you to copy and paste, and I'll show you where to do that. Okay, so basically where we see all this highlight letter stuff, you can just go through and delete all that. So it's just completely blank, and then I'll give you the code to copy and paste there, like that, and hopefully that all just goes in right. And you can see I have some notes in here of like what which each thing is like trying to do. Okay, and so the very last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna make it so in Undertale, it turns out that when it writes your name here, it's not center aligned, it's just like aligned to the left, and then when it grows to be bigger, once you confirm your name, it like slowly moves to the left to kind of stay in the center. So if you want to be more accurate, and you could probably tweak these values to be like as accurate as possible, but just like as to be a bit more accurate than we were before, what we can do is instead of having FA center here, we can cut that and just paste it after this like that. Yeah, and then we can delete that space. And yes, so we are going to change this to, oh yeah, we need our name x variable. So instead of just having name y, we'll have name underscore x, and have that just set to 0 upon creation. Yeah, and then in our draw event back down here, so it's going to be center x minus 21 plus name underscore x, like that. And yeah, then of course we need to make sure to reset it once we if we cancel like our like saying, oh no, I don't actually want this name, because if we don't, then it's just gonna keep it, and it might look a little weird when it jumps around. It won't be very smooth. Yeah, so you just gotta go up here, and then we're going to copy our name y right here, then paste this and change it to name x. Oops, not capital X, lowercase x. Lowercase x. All right, and we're gonna change it to -37 and plus equals 0.2. Yeah. Oh, make sure you're in stage 2 while doing this, not stage 3. And yes, we're also going to need to change this from 5 to 1, 1, like that. And for name Y, we're going to change it from 2 to 4, 3, like that. And yeah, then we can just copy and paste all of that into our stage 3, just so that if we it just doesn't like stop moving in the X direction and suddenly change speed in Y. And the reason we're changing the speed for the Y and stuff is because looking at Undertale, it's actually faster than what I had it as. So I kind of forgot that we need to make it minus 0.2 instead of plus 0.2. And I also forgot to change it the symbol. And okay, so another thing that I forgot to mention is for this, and I'll show this again in the next tutorial, but from now on, we're actually going to be needing to use the greater determination font. Yeah, and make sure to download both the sans and mono varieties. And yeah, and then you can import the, or actually you have to close Gamemaker first, and then you can select them here. Alright, and so for your main font, you want to have determination or greater determination mono. If I can find it, here you go, and greater determination sans. And the reason we're using these fonts over the original is because they're actually more accurate. And I figured this out when making the dialogue system, but it just has better spacing, I think, especially for parentheses when like. Yeah, but anyway, so I think we might need to adjust the size of the font. Okay, and make sure that your font size is set to 9 for both of them and that you regenerate. And so now when we launch, it's the right size. So now if we run that, look at that, perfect. And then I can type out Papyrus here, and he'll allow it. And you can see it like it's pretty centered while it's shaking and stuff. I do believe, I'm pretty sure the Undertale shaking values are like slightly separate, different. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I think maybe perhaps if you changed it from timer valve from 3 to 2, that it would make it a bit more accurate, and I think just let's see, because it does shake a lot if you like actually look at it. Yeah, but you can see it's a bit more shaky now. I think that's probably a bit better, but yeah, and we should be able to make sure that when we click yes while it's halfway through, that it continues on the same trajectory. Alright, and that when we go here, yep, it looks about right there. Alright, and that should be all for today. Thank you all for watching this quick tutorial. I do appreciate it because it was quite the pain to code, and I think it does improve the naming system. Anyway, have a great day!